Hello, this is Otis Bradley. Thanks for taking a look at theultimatehouse.com. Today we're talking about the 2015 New American Home. This is a home that is built for the National Association of Home Builders annual home show, also called the IBS or International Builder Show. It's held every year. It's a huge show. For the last 3 years it's been in Las Vegas. I've seen all three homes for the last 3 years, but they've been doing it. This is the 32nd one. And what they do is they build a house and they're sponsored. It's a show house, so it's really meant to showcase all kinds of new materials and manufacturers, but it is actually a house that is on the market and sold, so it's a spec house. Here is the Las Vegas Convention Center, big pile of 2x4s. Keep in mind, as always, this particular project is in Las Vegas, which obviously has a unique climate, and you'll see the site. It's very rocky there, kind of shaly rock. But wherever you decide to build, make sure you use experienced designers, engineers, consultants, builders that know the local practices for your areas. Okay, so here it is. This is the 2015 New American Home. This is a rendering, pretty good rendering. See if you notice what's different between this and the actual building, which is here. We'll come back to that. Anyway, this is the front elevation. An electric car over here and a natural gas truck right there. I think it was interesting to me, the design of this one was very, in my opinion, sort of severe, very blocky. You'll see this echoed throughout the house, these big right angular kind of motifs. You know, it's very heavy design. And this side here is the blank side. Just like the book Learning from Las Vegas, they're definitely not putting their money where it doesn't count. I kind of feel sorry for whoever builds on this lot over here and has to look at that. Maybe they can show movies here. Anyway, another rendering, another computer rendering. This is the back side of the house where there's an infinity pool. They always seem to be big on these infinity pools, which often have infinity edges on 4 sides. There's a top deck, middle deck, a lot of indoor-outdoor space. Las Vegas has pretty mild climate, except when it's scorchingly hot. You'll see this is actually the main entry. You come from the street down this way and enter into, again, this rendering is a little different than the actual building, but you enter into a courtyard, which you'll see in a second. So here's the floor plan. By the way, I'm speaking quickly to get through this. There is, if you mouse over the video contents, you can jump around to different areas of the video if you like. But we started right here. The bus unloaded over here, and this is the front of the house, which I showed you a picture of. And we entered in down this side courtyard here and into this area, this kind of outdoor lounge area. There's also a bar out to this area. And then we enter into the house here, where you can go either to another bar or to the kitchen living area. Second floor plan we'll get into a little bit more as we get upstairs, but obviously it's kind of a U-shaped house. This area here is outdoor. That's the master bedroom lounge. And then on the 3rd floor there's a deck up on top too. And of course another bar. You'll see this house has a lot of bars. Okay, so just a little perspective. The New American Home, TNAH, clever, number 30, was also in Las Vegas. Was built by Blue Heron, which is the same builder as the current house. And that particular house was 6,712 square feet. It was for sale for $4.5 million. Not sure if it sold for that, but that was the asking price. And then last year, you'll see this house, because this house was literally across the street from the current year. But this house was also 6,700 square feet and was for sale for 3.9, just under $4 million. And this is the house from the previous year. You can see there's an article. I'll leave a link for that for last year's site if you're interested in looking at it on my webpage. But the 32nd, and also I have a list of all the 32 homes. It's usually either Florida or Las Vegas. It used to alternate, but lately it's been mostly Las Vegas. But this is the 32nd one, and it's interesting to see because the original one I think was 1,500 square feet. Now they're all quite large and quite expensive. The original one I think was a couple $100,000. But the current home, also built by Blue Heron. Blue Heron does kind of a vertically integrated approach. They are the builder, they are the architect, and they are the interior designer. They did use another firm that did the landscape design. But this house, as I said, is 5,891 square feet. It has only 3 bedrooms. I lost count at about 18 TVs, and I think there are 5 bars. So let's take a look. Surprisingly, this house received all kinds of performance certifications. They have a HERS rating of -13 with their solar panels. I think they have a 15 kilowatt system on the roof. They received the National Green Building Emerald, which is the highest National Green Building standard. And then, as you can see, Energy Star, blah, 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 blah. Okay, more of the same. So you can see this is the sign outside, the job sign. National Association of Home Builders, obviously, Builder Magazine, Blue Heron. And you can see these are NAHB leading suppliers and then contributing suppliers. So all the people like Crestron, Sierra Pacific Windows, all different kinds of, Kohler did a lot of stuff. I don't know if they give the products. If they don't, they certainly do good pricing. But this is obviously an advertising program for all these manufacturers, as well as a home being built. Okay, so coming into the house, as I said, we came down the side here, and you walk through this courtyard. It doesn't really show it here, but there's a pool that sort of circulates around this landing, and it's sort of an outdoor lounge. So a lot of xeriscaping in Las Vegas. They don't have a lot of water to spare. This is looking down that little courtyard on the side of the house. And you're into bar 1. Here we go with the, this is the little outdoor lounge I spoke of. You can see the pool or the moat, or it's only about a foot deep. Actually, I think it's more than that, but somehow they don't have to have railings around it, and I guess they're not worried about a tripping hazard. This is a kind of interesting table here. It has a glass top, but it also has water with this kind of infinity edge that trickles over it. And so does this landscape wall back here that you'll see. There's the landscape wall, so the water comes out here and trickles over the side. Kind of cool. The outdoor TV encased in this steel frame. I wonder what happens when it really rains and water kind of splashes in there. We don't need to think about that now. Anyway, here's that table looking down at it. You can see there's actually a little air bubble in there, which somehow they have to figure out how to get out, but kind of a cool idea. So you can actually put a glass right on here, and it looks like it's floating on water. They seem to like that in Las Vegas, all these infinity edges. Anyway, here's the outdoor bar. These stools, or this type of design, seems to be the rage now. I see it all over the place. And you can see this is kind of a funky stucco finish that they had all over the place. Again, very neutral palette. This is the stucco outside. It's synthetic stucco, a couple different very neutral taupe type colors. And then here's a, I'm not sure if this is actually another material or just sort of a scraped stucco. Here we are looking back into the house, and we'll go into the entry over here. We have lots of tour guides for each different area. But you can see there's not a whole lot of, I don't know, special detailing. A lot of metal railing and simple synthetic stucco. I think it might have been Stowe, S-T-O, that did this. I think this synthetic stucco holds up very well. It has some elasticity. Doesn't seem to crack as badly as cement stucco. All these windows are Sierra Pacific and had a very interesting kind of almost a rough leathery kind of cladding on the outside, which I hadn't seen before. Okay, so walking over the little moat area into the main front door, first thing we see is another gas fireplace. That's the second one. A lot of these gas fireplaces, as you can see, they're all sealed units, which are a lot more efficient than fireplaces. They do give off a lot of heat, and they're very pretty, easy to use because you don't have to cut logs. But we take a left turn and we're into bar number 2. This is I don't know, marble or granite countertop, and you can see also very thick, very heavy, just like that design outside. It's LED lit from behind, which is kind of cool. And then they had 3 big screen TVs. You can sort of see them back there, which were behind mirrors. I don't really quite get this, but this was a big thing in this house. You can see, there I am right there in the reflection, but you can actually see this is the TV there too. Another shot of the bar. You can see that design feature of sort of the right angle, L, whatever you want to call it. There I am, looking at the TVs, which look out at everything else. Maybe when it's darker it works better. Okay, so we came in the front door, fireplace right here. We took a left and went into this lounge bar, which I just showed you. Now we're going to go back out into the kitchen and dining area. Again, you can see the big heavy stone look. At least they're consistent with their design. Something they teach you in design school, be consistent, right? This is a dining area. This is another dining area, eat-in counter type of thing. And there was a pantry back in this area by tour guide number 2. You can see a big appliance center with a couple of ovens, a warming drawer down here, some kind of microwave steam thing, a wine fridge, nice cooktop. I believe this was all Bosch. Bosch was a sponsor for appliances. These cabinets are very clean and interesting, although I don't think they're real wood. They're some kind of a laminate. And it seems like there's always a token piece of wood in these houses because they don't use a lot of high-end, fine wood in their finishes anymore. Not many people do. But there's a chunk of wood. And looking back towards the dining room, the eat-in counter at the kitchen on this side has a ton of big storage, which is kind of an interesting idea. Here's the living room, another fireplace. Another big gas fireplace. This is huge. This one's about 10 feet wide. Another huge TV. This is one of those TVs that's actually curved. So supposedly you get a better view when you're looking at it from this side of the room or that side of the room. This is the new thing with TVs. I don't know. And this tile right here was kind of cool. A lot of interesting tile. It's a round tile. You can see all the grout, but interesting pattern.
Is the only drywall that actively improves indoor air quality by capturing and converting formaldehyde into safe inert compounds. It cleans indoor air for up to 75 years.
The whole house was tied into an electronic system by Crestron, including electronic blinds, which you can set so that as the sun comes in on a hot day, the blinds go down, and as the sun rises, the blinds go up. You can do it for energy efficiency. There's all kinds of interesting ways you can set it up. Looking out of the living room, here's the pool. Actually, this is another sort of trick like that front entry where this is just a thin, or not thin, but this is a very shallow, couple inches deep pool, so you can set a chair on there. It looks like it's floating, and here's the pool out here. They usually never have any railings on these pools, but as you can see, they had sort of an odd one here. And here's looking back the other way, another bar, and another pool jacuzzi area with an infinity edge on all sides, and another kind of oddball fence. Some interesting art. This sort of looks like one of the silver gelatin prints or negative prints. Anyway, I kind of liked it. So from the living area, we're walking upstairs, and Over here is the master bedroom. Watch out for those spikes. This is kind of the sea urchin decoration thing. It's kind of interesting. But the most interesting thing about this bedroom was back here, kind of a elevated platform that looks over the bed. And here we are looking back, so I guess you can have 20 of your friends come and watch TV while you're lying in bed below. I don't know, it's kind of seemed a little bit odd, but different. Also, you can see again stone. This is all stone over here. Big, thick stone, granite fireplace. Another gas fireplace. More stone, more thick edging. More stone out there. Here is the master bath, and kind of a cool spout from the ceiling. Check this out. More interesting tile. Seemed to be a lot of this really cool patterned textured tile with deep recesses and stuff like that. In the master bath, they have two setups like this, his and hers, and they also have TVs in the mirror. I can't quite figure it out because you can't really see it that well, but you can watch TV while you're taking a shave, I guess. Remember that old TV commercial where the guy was comes to shave and the guy behind the mirror hands him the razor and the shave cream? Okay, outside of the master bath is the master bedroom deck. Another gas fireplace. I wonder how they calculate these in the energy calc if you have all these gas fireplaces cranking away. But looking from that deck outside the master bedroom, you can see here's where the bus let us off, and again we came in on this side of the house. This is interesting too because you can see these huge retaining walls they built in these sites, and then here's what the raw land looks like. When they dig this stuff up, you can see it's really like gravel base. There's some little color of a gray base here. It's kind of a reddish sandy base, probably real good for bearing capacities to build, but sort of looks like a moonscape. Okay, so let's see. Here's the living room down below. It's open to down below. We came up these stairs and circled back into the master bedroom this way. They actually, interesting, they show the bed up on the top platform and then a sitting area down below, which might be more interesting than the way they actually had it, which was the bed here and the sitting area above looking over. And then into the bathroom, out of the bathroom into the master deck, and then guess what? We come inside here and bar 3, actually I think it's bar 4. Pool table, sitting area, another gigantic thick stone. It's about 10 inches thick, this stone. And it's another bar with LED backlighting underneath the stone. There were at least 3 or 4 big screen TVs over on this side, so you can watch all your games at once. Back here is a wine room, a wine cellar, you can see. Kind of cool. There's the TVs. Okay, so then you go back here and there's 2 little bedrooms. Boop. Bedroom 2 and bedroom 3 right there. They have a little deck outside. Obviously a minor component of this house. It's really a big 1-bedroom home, except with a couple of guest rooms. I guess so your guests don't stay very long. But then interestingly, as you come through here, there is they call it the casita. There's a little sort of living room space here, and then this is all open to below, where they show it here set up as a bedroom. I think the idea is you could have your college kid, after he's done with college, come home and live with you. The millennial group. This is looking down into that casita area. Again, here's the outdoor lounge where we very first entered into the house. Another big screen TV. You can never have too many of these. So from that casita loft, we came down these stairs and into that room. And then we went into the garage. One interesting thing about the garage is it's a 3-car garage, but one's over here and the other's over here, but they're connected right here. It's kind of interesting and kind of nice. I guess your kid can drive his Porsche. That looks like a Porsche in here after he comes home from college and lives with you for another 10 years. And then you can drive the family wagons and the Jaguar on the other side. They had the garage neatly detailed with all this kind of cool heavy-duty garage type furniture. Aluminum frame doors with this white glass, which I like a lot. This was an interesting thing I've never seen before. Instead of having the motor in the middle of the room above where when the garage door goes up, this axle here lifts the door, and the motor stays right here on this wall, so you don't have as much stuff in the middle of the garage when the garage door is closed. Anyway, I thought it was kind of a cool thing. I guess it's a new thing, and like everything these days, this you can open or close this from your iPhone. It's got a whole Bluetooth connection system, and this house was extremely wired. Crestron did all the electronics. They had you can turn everything on and off from your phone. A lot of automated settings possible. Also sound systems and stuff like that. Up on the roof, here's the 15 kilowatt system. I don't know why they have such a shallow angle there, but I'm sure this 15 kilowatts of panels helps run all those 20 large screen TVs and everything else they have in there. Here's all the pool equipment. The roof, we didn't actually get to see the roof deck, but this roof, I'm not exactly sure what this is. It looks like a sprayed material. As you can see where all the perforations are, they spray right over all the flashing, and here's the stucco wrapping over the parapet wall. Air conditioning condenser here. So that's the new American Home 2015. I hope you liked the tour. Again, did you figure this out? Here's the rendering, but the actual house is the opposite. It's flipped. See, the garage is over here. The garage is over here. There's that blank side, the good, the bad, and the ugly of learning from Las Vegas. Here is a actual photo of the house, a nice night photo. It looks better lit up like that in the day. It looks a lot lighter than it does in the day, and you can see the strip is back here, the lights of Las Vegas. This is the previous year's home, which is actually above the hill, so the new one is right down there. There's a daytime shot. And you can't do a video about Las Vegas without a few token shots. Here's my hotel with one of these 10-mile long corridors. Then you get down there and you make a left turn. You got another 10 miles to go. kind of freaky. This is the Venetian. Just wandering around Vegas is always fun for a builder or people who are interested in design. I mean, they use every trick in the book, but they also use some amazing stuff. I mean, look, this is a marble floor, and you can see the size and scope of this. Here's a little people and huge vaulted ceiling. Really spectacular stuff. And of course, you can't go to Vegas without checking out a Elvis show. That's the '69 comeback outfit. Oh, and this was we didn't get to go up to that deck on the 3rd floor, but this is the going from the 1st floor up the spiral staircase. You get to that top deck. So there it is, and I hope you liked it. Please check us out at theultimatehouse.com and join us for more videos. Thank you very much.